Brushflies, welcome back to my channel Brushfly MUA. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mercedes. I'm the face behind Brushfly MUA, and if you are new, please consider hitting that subscribe button, because when I hit 100 subscribers on my channel, I will be doing a giveaway. And if you're not new, hi, welcome back. So today I'm doing a was that haul worth it? But I do have to quickly say, if you can hear any background noise like tree cutting, one of our neighbours has recently moved out. Their house was a bit of a mess, so the landlord has had to really gut the place and is now onto the garden. But today is the only day I can film this week, so we just have to put up with a bit of tree cutting noise, and it is what it is, but slightly annoying. But yes, like I said, was that haul worth it? So last year during lockdown, like the first lockdown, I obviously became more obsessed with makeup than I was already, and I began to branch out and buy from different companies, one of the companies being Morphe. And although I don't tend to really buy from Morphe at the moment, that is just due to my personal opinion. I don't like some of the influencers and celebrities that they have partnered with. I just think they're quite troublesome, and there's actually people out there that are not so troublesome that I think could benefit really well from working with a company like Morphe. But because these more troublesome people have a bigger following, of course these companies want that bigger following to sell their products. So I have backed off from Morphe, but this palette is in my collection. I haven't used it for quite some time. I've never used it on this channel. I did have an old channel that I used to play with makeup on, but I deleted that one. So I'm like, do you know what? I've mentioned it before on this channel, like that I like it, but I've not actually used it. Plus I'm doing like a separate lipstick thing, and there was a lip gloss in this collection, so I want to wear it so I can do my video for that at the end of the month. So yeah, let's dive straight in and show you. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to take my cardi off because it's hot in here. Like, it's never usually hot in the UK, but with the window closed, it's hard. So I'm gonna show you the first two products and do like a quick little review on them. Then I'm gonna go on to the palette. So the first two products, I didn't even tell you what it was, did I? So the collection that I am doing my was that haul worth it on, obviously you know it's from Morphe, but it is the Morphe times Maddie Ziegler collection. So while I don't like Morphe at the moment, I did really like this collab. I really like Maddie Ziegler. She's from Dance Mums, but she's also appeared in the musical artist Sia. She has appeared in her videos like Chandelier, Elastic Heart, and all of those. So when I heard that this was coming out, I was really excited, and I do have a personal reason behind that, but I will go into that more in a minute. So let's have a look at the first two makeup-y products. So we have a clear lip gloss, and we have, it's like a blush, but I do think you can use it, yeah, it's a cheek and lip mousse. I've only used it once before. I wasn't as confident at using different styles of blush as I maybe am now. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a go first and show you guys. So I do actually like the packaging. You get like the little pot, but the white lid that says Morphe times Maddie Ziegler on it. I actually really like that. It looks cute and quite sophisticated. This is the product. So this is the moussey style blush and lip thing. As you can see, I've literally only used it once, and somehow I think I've managed to get glitter in there, or maybe it already had glitter in there, I'm not sure. Trusty mirror. I want to try some of this, so I might just swatch it on my hand, just so I know how scared I should be about the pigmentation of this. So yeah, as you can see, it's quite a nice red shade. It really does feel moussey. It's really strange. I can't remember how this blends out at all, so gonna grab my sponge just in case I need it, and I'm just gonna dive straight in and use it. The shade name of this one is called Very Good. I wonder whether it is very good. I'm sorry if this video is a bit disjointed, I'm feeling a bit funny. I think it's because the tree cutter's making me feel like out of sorts. Okay, so oh wow, okay. I'm hoping that looks okay on the camera. Oh my god, if that is what it looks like in person, I don't think it looks too wow, but I'm looking at the mirror that's behind my camera. Oh, do I look a bit clowny? Oh well, let's try and match it on the other side. Okay, I look really clowny and rosy, so I'm going to grab my powder and try and tone it down a little bit. It down a tad. If I still look like a clown, I'm sorry. It's okay. I definitely think I maybe got the one that's a bit too dark for my skin tone, but in person it doesn't look too bad, but when I'm looking on my camera mirror, I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see. When I'm watching the footage back, I'll be like, oh my god, you look like a clown. But we will get there. But yeah, I think it looks okay from a distance. Maybe not my favourite product, but who cares? So next up I have the clear lip gloss in Butterfly Kiss. So this actually looks really cute. Like, it kind of looks a bit pinky in there, but I'm pretty sure when I used it before it hasn't got the most pinky undertone to it. I'm gonna apply it just like this, and then I might go in with the lip and cheek thing and then it's this over the top just to see what it looks like, because you can use the two. So I mean, if I was to swatch it, it's there, it looks pretty clear. It's pretty much just a clear gloss. It doesn't really have a scent to it. It is very sticky though. I found, because I had the Jeffree Star and Morphe lip things, I did find the glosses in that very sticky, so I do find Morphe glosses really damn sticky. Okay, so I've taken the gloss off quick because I'm going to put this one on my lips and then go over the top with the gloss just to see what it looks like. Might as well try the whole shebang. I mean, actually, as a red lip, it's quite a subtle red lip, more like, you know, like a blushed blotted lip, a bit like more, what is it, like the Asian community, like, you know, the whole Sailor Moon anime kind of thing. They like a very toned down kind of look. I think it's not too bad actually. The moussey texture is quite strange, I'll give it that, but it's not horrendous. So I'm going to go over the top with the gloss. Okay, so it definitely changes it up and gives it a bit more dimension to it. I do actually quite like it. I think I prefer this and this together to create a nice looking lipstick kind of thing. This on its own is okay, it's just a clear gloss, you can put it over the top of most lipstick shades. This one it's okay as a blush, but I think for me it's quite heavy and quite dark, so possibly maybe if I blend it out better and actually use skills that are better, it might not look so horrendous, but at the moment I think I prefer them as a lip combo. So next up we have the Morphe and Maddie Ziegler Imagination palette, and how stunning is this? So I remember when I first used it, I definitely dived into the more colourful shades. I have used a few of the more neutral tones, but what I like about this palette is you sort of have a colourful section and then a neutral toned section, so you kind of have the best of both worlds. If you prefer more neutral toned eyeshadows, this palette has them. If you prefer more colourful toned eyeshadows, this palette has them. If you want something where you can kind of mix and match and use it for work and going out, this palette has everything. The only kind of thing that does throw me is where this is the colourful section, you have like a random couple of like brownie neutral shades here. I would have preferred like maybe a blue shimmer or a green shimmer or a yellow shimmer, something to go along with the more colourful tones, especially when you've already got the neutrals there. But other than that, it's a nice little palette. So I'm going to quickly swatch it for you. Okay, so I have swatched them all. There are quite a lot of shades in here. So there are 20 shades in total. There are a mixture of mattes and metallics. Some look very pigmented, others not as. So I'm going to try and go through and show you what they are. So this is Butterfly Fantasy. Then we have Maddie Girl, M3, To the Moon and Back, Godmom, Crushed, Angel, Latte and Kenny. Then we have Dancing Queen, Like Butter, 5, She Insists, Mint, Godfather, ASAP, Go Home, Posse and Pantera. I hope I said that right. So these are all the shades. I do think they look really, really nice. Obviously, I like this palette. The bright shades do tend to come out quite pastel looking, but that to me is absolutely fine because I do enjoy a pastel eye look. The neutral shades look stunning. So I need to come up with an eye look. So I need to prime my eyes. I'm going to use my Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Concealer because I've run out of my usual eye primer. And then once I've done like an eye look, I'm going to chat a little bit about why I wanted this palette and what it means to me. But you know, let's do the eye look first. Okay, so I have zoomed you in a little bit so you can try and see what I'm trying to create with this eye look a little bit better. So I have no idea what eye look to go for because I know the brights are cute, I know the neutrals are cute. I always tend to go for like a pinky purple look. So I don't know whether to do something different, but let's just grab a brush and start playing. So I want to go in with this shade up here, Maddie Girl, just as like a transition-y sort of shade to see where that starts us. That's actually quite pigmented for a lighter transition shade. Yeah, no, as usual, I think I'm going to go for a purple look. I mean, why not? So I'm going to go for the shade She Insists. I don't know whether... yeah, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how I want it. So I might just put it in my crease a little bit. So yeah, you're probably wondering why I'm like, yeah, I have a bit of a connection to why I wanted the Maddie Ziegler palette, like, and it's because when I had my children and I had like maternity leave, my husband was at work and like the kids were napping and my eldest was at nursery kind of thing, I got into writing books, and I really enjoy the zombie novel genre. I love zombies. Zombies are amazing. And yeah, while they were like napping and sleeping, I had this idea and I really wanted to write it down. So, oh my god, there's so much fallout. So I wrote my ideas down, and at the time Sia's album 100 Forms of Fear had just come out, the one with Maddie Ziegler dancing to Chandelier and Elastic Heart, and I found those songs like really hauntingly good, and I really wanted to write something along to them. So the books that I've written are not based on Sia's music as such, but I listened to that album over and over and over and over again. Literally could not listen to anything else. It had to be Sia's album 1000 Forms of Fear. And then literally it wasn't just those two songs like Chandelier and Elastic Heart, it had to be the whole album. Literally every single song has like a purpose, and almost in the first book, literally it has its own chapter. Like I might, like I'll read it back to myself, or I'll listen to the song and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's when I was listening to that chapter. And yeah, it's so funny how I associate that album with my books, like, because that's all I listen to. Like in the end my husband and my kids were like sick of the songs. And even now if I listen to them, it just brings back so many memories of like me writing those books. And I actually really enjoyed writing them. As of late I don't really write as much as I used to. I think that's because I've got more into the makeup, and also because I have to look after my husband after his accident, and I'm looking after the children and the house and everything. I kind of don't have the time to write. Like makeup, I can sort of sit down for an hour or a couple of hours once or twice a week and film, whereas when you write a book the process is so different. It's literally like you have the idea in your head and you want to sit down and you need to write it there and then before the ideas go away, like even if you just jot them down. And it takes a lot of work. You have to then edit it, you have to proofread it. There is so much that goes into writing a book. And I have just found that, you know, life has kind of stopped me writing at the minute. Maybe, hopefully I'll go back into it one day. I do have like a makeup-y book that I want to write. But I do love my fantasy and horror and, well, zombie horror that I love to write. And yeah, so it's definitely a connection there. Like I wanted the Maddie Ziegler palette because I love Sia, and Maddie Ziegler was obviously in her videos doing the dancing, and it just really brings me back to when I was writing those books. So I was like, do you know what, even if it's a crap palette, I want it because it reminds me of that time in my life. So I'll show you like the first book. Hopefully I don't get too much makeup on it. So this is the first one I wrote. This is Alone, and it's a zombie horror novel. As you can see, it's quite a chunky book. How many pages did I do in the end? I can't remember. 539 pages in here. So it is a chunky monkey. I have self-published it on Amazon. You can still buy it if you ever wanted to. But that's not why this video is here. It's just showing you why I liked this palette, why I wanted this palette, and it's because of my book. So my book Alone, There are 3 of them. There's Alone, Lone and One. What I did to name them was Alone, and then I took away the A, so it's Lone, then I took away the L, then it's One. Bit of a play on the title and the words, but at the time I thought it was a good idea. And obviously it's a zombie novel based in the UK. There's a girl called Stacey. She's in like the zombie world, the pandemic, and she has to travel around. She's looking for her sister who was kidnapped right at the beginning of the pandemic, kind of thing for them. But my pandemic is different. It's not like an illness as such that started. It's like a bioweapon. I'm very much into Resident Evil and that whole bioweaponry and them experimenting kind of thing. I actually really love that. Bit of a weirdo, I know, but you know, it's not a Resident Evil book. It's not like my version of Resident Evil. It's different. Like Stacey goes on throughout the story. She travels around the UK. Eventually in the last book they all go to like Norway, to like this big facility place. But yeah, I actually really loved writing this. Maybe near Halloween or something I'll have to do a thing where like I'll read the first few pages for you. But you know, the reasoning behind me wanting this palette was because of this book and this book and this book. So 3 in the series. So I actually really love my Alone books. They are self-published, so I'm the one that's edited them, so you know, there are a few mistakes in there. They're not perfect, but for me it was a hobby while I was on maternity leave and while I could do that kind of thing. So yeah, those are my books. But that's the reason why I wanted this Maddie Ziegler palette, because to me she was in Chandelier and that was such a hauntingly good song, and the album, such a hauntingly good album. It goes so well with my books. But whenever I see or hear Maddie Ziegler, I'm just taken back to that song, that music, that time. So yeah, I wanted the palette mostly for that reason. So I'm just going to go back in with the first shade, Maddie Girl. A little bit of kickback in the pan. Nothing too horrendous. I think I want to go in with the shade Dancing Queen. I'm going to try and use my finger. If not, it will be a brush and setting spray. It's going to be a brush and setting spray. So I'm just using my Superdrug, or Be by Superdrug setting spray, and I just spray it on the brush and dampen it down. Sorry about that. The postman came with one of my daughter's birthday presents. Well, that's exciting. Yeah, I definitely think this applies better. Dampen down. You can create like a pink halo eye. But I don't know if to just pink out the whole eye and have pink eye. I don't know if I like how that's sitting. Like, on this side it looks really clumpy. But when you try to move it, it just sort of flakes off. I don't know whether I like it. Like, I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of, I don't know whether I've used too much, but it kind of looks a bit like tortoise shell texture-y. I don't know whether to just take that layer off and try again. Okay, so I think I fixed it. all I did was I went in with some micellar water, took off my eyeshadow and did it again. And I think what happened was, where I legged it to the door for the postman, it had like dried down and set funny, and then obviously I've been moving my eyes, whereas normally I keep them closed and use like my fan to sort of dry it down quicker, and I think it all bunched up and just went a bit ick. So now I think I fixed it. I want to go in with a bit of God Mum as inner corner highlight and maybe brow bone, but I'll wait and see. That's actually really pretty. I might take just a tiny little dab of it. To marry the look together, I'm going to go back in with She Insists and go under my lash line. Okay, so this is the final look with some mascara on. I just went with the Maybelline Sky High mascara. Really enjoying that one at the minute. But how do I feel about my eye look? I struggled a little bit, as you saw, but I don't think that was the palette. I think that was me, where I've run off to get the doorbell and it dried down funny. I actually really do like this eye look, and I'm actually quite happy with the whole look in general. With the lips, I think the blush has actually toned down now, so it's not so in your face. I actually quite like it. Like I said, I've had this palette for quite some time. I do really like it. I think it's a good mixture of neutrals and playful colours. I think it's a really good palette. I like the formula. A few of the shimmers have slightly different formulas, like this one up here is quite hard to the touch, whereas this one here is really soft. The same goes with the pink one, that one's quite hard. I think that's why I struggled when I just dipped my finger in, whereas the purple one was really soft. So there is like a mixture of formulas in this palette, but I don't think that's anything bad because it works well. I think I do need to play around with it and show you guys some other looks. Maybe eventually, I have so many palettes that I want to do a 1 week 1 palette. Maybe eventually I can do a 1 week 1 palette on this, so you can see some maybe more neutral looks or different colourful eye looks. But overall, I do really like this palette. It's gorgeous, and I have used it for quite a few creative looks in the past, especially like the green shade. That is actually really good. So the gloss and the lip and cheek blush mousse I do actually quite like as well. The gloss is really nice. When you first apply it, it's really sticky, and it does actually stay quite tacky. It is quite a sticky formula. Doesn't really bother me very much. When I'm around the house, my hair's not really going to get in my face. I think it might bug me a little bit when I'm on the school run, and if the wind blows my hair into my mouth, it's going to get stuck. So that's the only downside, is the gloss is very sticky, but it's not a bad gloss. This one I really like as the lip colour. I think as the blush it has toned itself down. It's not so in your face now, but I do like it. So overall, I think this haul was worth it. So when I first got this, it must have been like June, July, possibly July 2020. I presume it was 2020 and not 2019. No, I think it was 2020. Like literally the years have just bled into one big year ever since the pandemic hit, so I can't remember what I did yesterday, let alone this time last year. So yeah, I definitely think this haul was worth it. I really enjoy it. I really like it. I would buy it again. If I didn't have it and I wanted it, I would definitely buy it. I think it's a good little collection. Obviously for me, it has more than one meaning, because the music that Maddie Ziegler dances to is what inspired me to write some of my books. So, you know, I do have the second sort of meaning behind liking and enjoying this collab. But overall, I do enjoy it, and sometimes I find Morphe products to be quite hit and miss. I've got the Maddie MUA palette, which didn't really work for me, but I haven't reviewed it on this channel, so once again I need to pull that one out and do a video on it. Maybe I'll try and do that very soon, because I do want to try and declutter some more eyeshadow palettes because I have an extortionate amount. And once again, I apologise because I have done like a pinky purple eye look, and it seems lately every palette I get, if it has pinks and purples in, those are the ones I'm going to go for. So yeah, but you know, I had fun doing this. This haul was worth it, and if you can get it, I would recommend it. I think there was another product in the collection, it was like a dewy stick. I didn't see the point in that for my skin. I've got older skin, I can't really do the whole no makeup look, it would just look a bit on me. So yeah, I didn't have that one. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know, do you have this collection? Do you enjoy it? What are your thoughts on it? So yeah, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.